What up, Dokkaners? It is that time. Once again, the 9th anniversary countdown missions are in its final stretch. So this is your last week to get all of those missions done. We are on week 4. So the final set of basic missions are now out, and the advanced missions will be coming to an end in about 7 days. So make sure you guys do that. This is your friendly reminder. And I want to talk a little bit about the sell max theory and my Toppo theory in regards to upcoming celebrations, based on some pretty interesting things that I picked up on recently. So if you guys have been enjoying all the content on the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We are going to be resuming the 9th anniversary prep series very soon. I got some good news for you. Here's a little teaser for you. I've got the 9th anniversary Dragonstone count video almost prepared. So here's a little preview. This is just the countdown portion. We will be going through the entire campaign, looking over how things played out on JP. After taking a look at each individual part, we will then put it all together for a fun Dragonstone count video. So be sure to check that out. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We are still, like 15, 14 days out, about 2 weeks away from the 9th anniversary. So we got plenty of content to get to before that happens. And if we can hit 90K before then, that would be awesome. Thank you guys so much. So let's dive in first and talk about the 9th anniversary countdown missions. We have the final set of basic missions, clear any stage in under 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, I've done this once, and I wanted to make sure that it could be done. And I will show you a couple things that you can do. But in general, since you only have to do this 15 times in 7 days, you divide, 15 by 7, it's about 2 to 3 runs per day, which essentially constitutes your daily missions. So you really don't have to do much more than just your daily missions. And the reason why I say that is because right now people just aren't playing the game, even though they should to get the stones. It's not as hype, right? Ginyu Force, not a hype character in the grand scheme of things. Some would argue otherwise, but you know what I'm saying. The ultimate point is that the character out right now, the celebration out right now, people generally don't care about it. So people aren't playing as much, but I do think that if you at least do the bare minimum, you do the daily missions, you will be fine. And depending on your power level, that could actually impact how much of these events you do. Like the Turtle School Roshi event, you fight one guy after 2 steps, very easy. If you got a high enough power level, you can do that twice. That right there finishes it. You also have to do the Whis event once per day. That you also take 2 steps and you beat up on Whis. He's easy. And then also, this is the weekend as of me recording this, but then also you have the Hidden Potential Orbs, right? That event can be done up to twice. So you do that, you also take down the enemies pretty easily. So just between the daily events, even if you're running it once or twice, you're going to be covered. So you really don't have to do it all at once, but if you really want to, after you finish those, honestly, the Whis event would cover you. But the Whis event is pretty heavy on stamina cost. For every 2 runs of the Hercule stage, you can do the Whis event. The Bulma event also works because you can potentially get some nice items, but this one also is stamina heavy. But I always like to go back to the Hercule event. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. We're going to run the Hercule stage once. I'm going to show you guys how long it takes to not only beat the Hercule event, but also step on every single panel at the end. Little pro tip, when you are doing this, you want to make sure you have as many 1s as possible on all of the panels after the Hercule fight, not before. Yeah, you can get some good item or some good Zenny beforehand, but the ones after the Hercule fight, that's where the real money is. Oh, Heinz wagging his tail. He's having such a nice dream. Damn it. Sorry. I woke him up. Actually, you know what? This attack takes... Oh, it doesn't take that long. Okay. All right, we killed him. So, yes, we got 1. Yes, 1. Yes, 1. Yes. Oh, couldn't get that last one. All right. We stepped on almost all of them. So we killed Hercule in 1 shot. Very easy. You don't even have to use a super attack. You can just use a regular slap. Look at how much Zenny we got. We cleared in 43 seconds. We could have taken twice as long and we would have been just fine. Could we have done it 3 times as long? Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. I can do math. So there you go. I mean, you can get all of this done in 1 sitting. I'm going to do that because currently I am farming out the Whis event. I am trying to get some of those nice orb drops. Man, this event sucks. It's terrible. So now let's talk about the Cell Max and Toppo theories. So the Cell Max theory is the one that has been circulating and making the rounds ever since it dropped on JP. Cell Max thematically makes sense with the context of the 9th anniversary, considering that part 2 involves superhero. So having Cell Max drop sometime close to, if not during this celebration, makes a whole lot of sense. But what gives it a little bit more traction now, I think, is what's been going on global lately. And this is what I've been saying. People don't seem to grasp this concept, but global, while the banners have been stupidly handled, the content has actually been accelerated. So for instance, if we look at the current celebration on global, we have 2 Super EZAs happening at the same time. Goku Black's Super EZA happened during the Cell Max. Actually, no, I think it was during part 1 of the Goku Black Rose on JP, right? So global got that, but then also the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks Super EZA is part of the Toppo celebration, who has yet to drop on global. With everything that we have been getting with other celebrations, also Resurrection F dropped during the Goku Black Rose celebration on JP, but global already got it. We're also getting the Ultimate Awakened Burst mode. I think this was also on the Toppo celebration. We're getting all remaining red zone stages that we can for movie edition 2, barring the final 2. So, you know, with all of these different things dropping early on global, the Toppo celebration has literally the banner, the support, like the medal missions that you get for it, and then the sub EZAs. There's nothing else. So that celebration has essentially been stripped down to its spare parts. And I still think that when global gets the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks Super EZA in a couple of days, I think we could potentially also see those characters receive their EZAs. And the main reason why I'm pretty confident about that is because of one unit in particular, which I would like to pull up on the JP side. Let me actually pull that up. I don't think this honestly means anything substantial, but I do think that it is interesting. Super Saiyan 2, is it Saiyaman? Yeah. He uses the medals. What are his medals that he uses? He uses the World Tournament medals. Now, I don't know if that necessarily guarantees that he shows up, but I do think that that's interesting. So if he drops around the time that you can access these medals, that would allow players to potentially awaken this character, right? I feel like that is enough to link them, but I don't know. I'm sure Proton and anyone else will chime in the comments. Again, this is all speculative. People want to know, so I'm doing it. I said I wouldn't do it, but people kept asking. So I think that that is significant. Toppo, I think, could be dropping, potentially, based on nothing at all, during the countdown celebration. If we go back to March, February, back when we had the Android 1718 Part 1, and we had the Ribrianne Part 2, nobody expected that a week after Ribrianne released, Goku Black Rose would drop. But he did. And then 9 days later, Global then got Gohan Piccolo. Now, granted, all of these were, you know, this was a skip, this was a skip, right? Goku Black Rose, very tempting because not only was the character unique, new, but also the worldwide download units came back for the first time way sooner than normal. But that happened. And so that is precedent enough to suggest that they could do it again. Ginyu dropped a week later after Ginyu drops, before the countdown starts, they could give us the Toppo celebration because everything else in regards to that event is essentially here, and maybe those sub EZAs will follow. So if that happens, you cram him in. Not that that would be the best for people who are trying to summon on every banner, sure, but I'm just saying that could happen. And now as for the Cell Max event, Ayn is growling. What is that dream he's having? First he was happy and now he's growling. All right, so for the Cell Max celebration, this is the part 2 to Goku Black Rose. Now, looking at just the campaign details, I don't see anything else here other than the EX missions and the intensifying fights and the infinite Dragon Ball history. And then, of course, like the usual Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road. Oh, there's actually a little bit more. My bad. The Frieza missions. But I mean, these types of things don't necessarily have to drop with that unit. We could always get all of those missions at once. But Resurrection F dropping on global already is significant. We're getting this in a couple of days. Intensifying fights with the Ultra Instinct Goku is dropping on global during this celebration. It's at the very end. In fact, it's starting right as... Where the hell is it? It's dropping at the end of the celebration as we are jumping into the countdown. It is all the way down here past the World Tournament. Here it is. It's the same UI Goku. So in the context of the countdown having the LR STR UI Goku, it does make sense. But that is part of Cell Max's celebration. So as you can see, they've already taken some of Toppo's celebration assets, if you will, and they've also siphoned off some of Cell Max's celebration assets. So it is, I don't think y'all are crazy for suggesting that it could be possible that Cell Max is integrated into the 9th anniversary somehow. Maybe not necessarily in the core celebration, but perhaps towards the tail end. Because the original theory was because Bootangs and Super Vegito have been removed, something's got to be put in. So maybe they put that in, and all of the associated events, the Infinite Dragon Ball History event, additional stages for Frieza, whatever else. EX missions. There was like one on the 6th anniversary stage of the anniversary battle. Global is going to be getting an update to that during the 9th anniversary, so having it drop after that or maybe before would be sensible. The weekend Dokkan Festival tickets might be the only thing that happens afterwards. Maybe that happens during the trap celebration. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is y'all ain't crazy for suggesting that. I'm a little surprised that I didn't really piece that together myself. I just said I wasn't gonna do this anymore, man. I wasn't gonna do that. I was just gonna roll with the punches, but y'all pulled me back in. So yeah, little food for thought. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments, number 1, if you did pick up the final pack on your Dokkan Festival Part 1, Carnival Part 1 mission, you know, ticket thingies. Let me know if you guys finished up your basic missions for those 9th anniversary countdown tickets. And what are your thoughts on the idea of a Toppo celebration either happening right before anniversary, maybe afterwards, but if so, with nothing else on it, and the idea of Cellmax happening during the 9th anniversary part 3, or as sort of a bridge celebration out of anniversary into the trap celebration. Let me know your crazy ideas in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and Arjmer to Dokkan responsibly.